Well, hello to all my friends and students out there in the world. It's Mr. Pete again from InsideOut Literary Arts, and I'm here to read you another one of my all-time favorite stories. This one, The Three Billy Goats Gruff. You can see the three billy goats who happen to be brothers, and their name is Gruff. You can see here, got another important character in the story. Some guy with, looks like a long orange beard. And then there's this strange creature, looks like a frog. And it looks like there's a can of paint on this character's head. It looks like the frog is actually doing some painting. I wonder what role the frog and this guy might play in a story about the three billy goats, Gruff. You can see this little thread here sort of dangling in front of my face. You can see this paper clip here. The reason why is that this book is such a favorite book. It's been read so many times over the years that it's sort of falling apart. Maybe you have a favorite book of your own that is also sort of falling apart. Let's begin. The Three Billy Goats, Gruff. See the book sort of in pieces here. Sometimes that happens. So we got the Three Billy Goats Gruff again. Here on our title page, we've got this character again. Who sort of looks like, I don't know what he looks like. What does he look like to you? And then this little frog again with the can of paint. One thing you might notice about the billy goats is that they're of sort of varying sizes. This one has horns, so maybe he's the oldest of the goats, and maybe this is the younger brother. The Three Billy Goats, Gruff. Once, long ago, there were three billy goats who were called the Three Billy Goats Gruff. One was little, one was bigger, and one was big. But they all needed to be a little rounder, so they set out for the hillside meadow where the grass grew deep and green. I think this might be the hillside meadow. That's where the grass is good and green. My guess is billy goats like to eat green grass. And you can see here, maybe they're more in a rockier region. Looks like there's some water here and a bridge that they might have to walk over. I wonder how that might play into our story. It's a nice sunny day though, isn't it? The way led over a bridge. There's the bridge. And under the bridge lived a fearsome looking troll. So now we know that this guy from the front cover is a troll. His eyes were two great glaring lights. His nose was as long as a tiger's tail, and his favorite meal was billy goat. That might be a problem for our Three Billy Goats Gruff. The smallest billy goat thought he could go very quietly across the bridge, and the troll would not even know that he was there. That makes sense. Let's see what happens. Here again, we've got our troll under the bridge. We remember the frog from the cover of the book who was painting the title of the book, sort of hanging out right beside the troll. Maybe they're friends. Ever so softly, he stepped upon the first board. Remember, this is the smallest of the three billy goats, Gruff. Not a sound did he make. Then he stepped on the second board. Not a sound. Very carefully, he stepped on the third board. Creak, sigh, went the bridge. And the troll roared, "Who is stepping on my bridge?" "Oh, it is only the very smallest billy goat, Gruff," said the first billy goat in a soft little voice. "I'm going over to the hillside meadow to grow round and plump." I wonder what the troll is going to say. "Well, I'm going to eat you up," roared the troll. You see the troll under the bridge, sort of making himself known and letting the first of the billy goats know that this is my bridge. "Oh, don't come for me," said the first billy goat, Gruff. "I'm far too little. Wait a bit." The first billy goat is trying to talk himself out of the situation. "Well," said the troll, he's probably thinking, "Yeah, you do look a little scrawny. I'm not sure how much meat you would give me if I were to eat you up." And before the troll could think about it anymore, the first billy goat, Gruff, ran over the bridge as fast as he could. And he made it to the other side, where the grass grows deep and green in the hillside meadow, and the birds are singing, and it looks like there's flowers that sort of look like lollipops are growing. Seems like a pretty nice place to eat and hang out. After a little while, the second billy goat, Gruff, came along. It's the second one. He stepped carefully on the bridge. He was bigger, and it was harder for him to walk quietly. But he tried. Creak, moan, went the bridge. The troll roared again, "Who is tramping over my bridge?" And again, you can see our friend the frog, who's just sort of paying attention, listening, watching what's going on. "Just the second billy goat, Gruff," said the billy goat in a voice that wasn't so small. "I'm going over to the hillside meadow to grow round and plump." "Well, you'll never get there," thundered the troll. "I'm coming to eat you up." "Oh, don't come for me. I'm not nearly big enough. Wait a bit," said the second billy goat, Gruff. Here again, those smart or wise billy goats, they know that sometimes we can use our words to sort of get us out of a situation. "Well," said the troll, and before he could say any more, the second billy goat, Gruff, ran over the bridge as fast as he could, and he joined up with the first billy goat, Gruff, who's probably already over there eating and munching on some of that green grass. Soon, remember there's 3 billy goats in the story. Soon the third billy goat, Gruff, stepped upon the bridge. He was such a big billy goat that he couldn't walk quietly, and he didn't even try. Creak, moan, went the bridge. And the troll roared, "Who is stomping over my bridge. You can see the troll has his hand cupped around his ear. It makes us hear things even better that way. You should try that sometimes. And again, we've got our little frog, or maybe he's a toad. Not sure I could tell the difference, listening and watching along with us. The great big billy goat Gruff, that's who, roared the third billy goat right back at the troll. I don't think he's too afraid or too intimidated by the troll underneath the bridge. Well, good, thundered the troll. I've been waiting for you. I'm coming to eat you up. There's our friend, the little frog. Again, he's sort of imitating the troll with his arms raised in the air. So it looks like the troll is finally gonna get to eat, doesn't it? Let's see what happens. The third billy goat Gruff stopped right where he was. He answered in his deep voice, and remember, this is the biggest, the strongest of the billy goats. Come right up, but you won't get a meal. Instead, 2 stabbing spears you'll feel. Remember these little horns? And after that, 2 mighty stones will kick and crack and break your bones. That was what the third billy goat Gruff said. And then he waited. He's challenged the troll, maybe for a kind of a duel. The troll climbed up over the bridge. He roared at the billy goat, I said I was going to eat you, and that is what I'm going to do. Here again, we've got our little frog friend standing on that stone, just listening and watching and sort of seeing what's going to happen, just like maybe some of you are wondering what's going to happen next. And he reached out for the billy goat. But the third billy goat Gruff flew at the troll. He hit him with his horns, then he kicked him with his hooves. Like a fight at the top of the bridge. He kicked him right into the river with a mighty splash. And after that, the third billy goat Gruff went over the bridge and up the hillside to join his brothers. You can see the troll falling off the bridge, making a big splash in the water. You can see the frog, or at least part of the frog. Wonder where the rest of him is. Maybe he was trying to get out of the way. Maybe he's trying to catch him. And there, the 3 billy goats Gruff ate and ate and ate. They grew so plump that they couldn't walk back over the bridge. But that didn't bother the billy goats one bit. The green hillside meadow was the nicest home they had ever had. And they are probably living there to this very day. The end. There's a word here at the end of this story that really intrigues me and gets my own mind and my own imagination going. And it's in the very last sentence, which I'll read again. And they, meaning the 3 billy goats Gruff, are probably living there to this very day. Not definitely living there, but just probably. I sometimes in this story wonder about the role of the frog here, who's sort of the shadow character of the troll. Maybe he's the one who's been telling us this story all along? I don't really know. What's interesting, too, about this story is that it doesn't necessarily have an author to it. It's a tale that I believe is from the country of Norway, and it's a story that people just pass down from person to person in the telling of this story. So I'm curious about that frog here. It's one thing that intrigues me about this story every time I read it. And then, of course, the uncertainty or even the mystery of the fact that maybe the three billy goats probably are still living in that hillside meadow, which for a writer just always gets me to think, well, maybe they don't live in that hillside meadow anymore. Maybe they ate up all the grass and now they had to cross some other bridge, or maybe they had to climb up some other mountain, kind of like Harold and his purple crayon, if you remember that story. So what I want to invite you, my students, my friends, to think about are the further adventures of the three billy goats, Gruff. Much in the same way that I had you think about at the end of Harold and the Purple Crayon. You remember when he went to bed and he had dropped, or maybe he set that purple crayon down on the ground or on the floor of his bedroom, almost as if inviting us to grab that purple crayon and see what kind of adventure we might be able to draw for ourselves or write for ourselves. So I want you guys to think about what might happen next for these three billy goats, Gruff. Right? Remember, there's three goats. There's the littler goat, there's the middle-sized goat, and then there's the bigger goat that sort of knocked the troll into the river with a big splash. So I just wonder if that troll maybe ever reappears somewhere down the line, or maybe their journey continues onward in the same way that you remember the story about the small pig who lived on the farm until his beloved pig pen made of mud was cleaned up and sort of sent him on his own journey into the big city in search of the thing that he loved more than anything else, his mud. But before he got to the city, there was the stop at the swamp. There was the stop at the junkyard. And I'm just curious about what you might do with the three billy goats Gruff story, or as the characters of your own story, and how you might create part 2 or chapter 2 in the adventures of the three billy goats Gruff. So that might be a kind of homework for you to challenge yourself with. And I know how you love to do homework, even though sometimes you might make excuses for why you can't do it. If you remember that other book that I read, I didn't do my homework because. So I'll see you guys next time, and maybe the next time I see you, you'll have a story to read to me. Have a good one.